So, how y'all doing? I am back with an update. I have not been on here in a very, very long time. However, I do want to let you know what's been going on. So, I think that in May, I believe it was May, that I had ended up making my YouTube channel and discussing a little bit of my story. Excuse me, about my smile being messed up. And I had been struggling to get pregnant. I think I talked a little bit about some self-esteem issues that I had in the past. And real quick, so before I get into the update, I just wanted to say a few things. My channel is just something personal for me so I can get a chance to vent. And secondary, I would like to share my story. So I'm going to always say that in my videos. I do go by Gia. And so let me just get into it. So I have been struggling to get pregnant, struggling. And I went to the doctors. Finally, my girlfriends was telling me, go to the doctors, go to the doctors. I had been with my child's father at this point almost a year, or it was a year exactly. And I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say his name, but I'm not going to keep calling him my child's father or my baby dad. That's ghetto. So, May was my birthday. May rolled around. And I went to the doctors the very first time for my first preconception visit in February. So from February up until May, I had been taking my prenatals like my doctor had prescribed. And also I had come up with a workout routine that I felt was appropriate for me. Also, I tried to introduce, healthy eating habits into my lifestyle. And all of those things were beneficial at the moment because I had sex May 9th. My birthday was May 14th. I drank so much. That's another story, y'all. I got another birthday story to tell y'all. My birthday was horrible. That's why I haven't been on here. Maybe I might make this a 2-in-1. I have to see if I have the space. But my birthday was horrible. So anyway, I get my period for May. Whatever basic stuff. I have been messed up this month, y'all. Like, so much happened. I ended up getting a job. I was working at McDonald's. And the thing that happened on my birthday, I don't want to get into because I really do feel like it was something that is personal. And two, it's another story. So I just wanted to be real. So I'm working at McDonald's at this point. I had to have surgery on my leg. I had stitches in my leg, and that did have something to do with something that happened on my birthday. I had 10 stitches. I think it was 14 or 10 stitches on my birthday or something like that. And a lot of things happened in that month. So my period came on for May. It was normal. To me, it was normal. And then I think June came around. My period came on. Excuse me again, y'all. My period came on. And it was normal. But when it went off on some bullshit. Like, at this point, I had a boyfriend. So me and my boyfriend was having sex. Because I was trying to leave my child father alone. I gotta find another name for him. Oh, this my watch in here. You gonna mess my watch up. I'm trying to find a lighter, y'all, but whatever. So I was trying to leave him alone. I ended up finding a new boyfriend, and he was just so sweet. And that's another story, because the birthday story only comes to one. Moving forward, though, I don't have a lighter. Moving forward, June came around, my period came, and it went, and then it was on some bullshit. So me and my boyfriend would have intercourse, and I would tell him, like, baby, you too big, like, you hurting me. I think that we should, rest and not do it so much. Let me just tell y'all, right? My period went off, and I said to myself, if I keep spotting, I'm going to just take a pregnancy test. I don't have no earrings on. Y'all got to forgive me, but my bun is on fleek. I wish y'all could see it, but, yeah, that's another video, too. But I'm not even a YouTuber. I'm talking about another video. I'm funny. But this is fun to me. Getting back to the story because I'm getting sidetracked. So it was like a whole week that had went by. I was still just spotting, but the blood was getting darker. Excuse me for being too TMI, but I just was like, let me just see if I'm pregnant. Let me just take a pregnancy test. Mind you, I had never been pregnant before. I go to Poppy's store real quick, buy a little $3 pregnancy test, take it. I'm not expecting nothing. I flush the toilet. I'm ready to go to the hospital because I just think it's something wrong with me. Before I could even flush the toilet, y'all, like, I went to look at the pregnancy test and it was two dark ass lines on it. I don't have the pregnancy test no more, but it was two dark ass lines on here. It's all on my Facebook if you look me up. Adore Me Pitt, that's my name. My pregnancy test is the back picture of my profile picture. And I was so excited. I gasped for air. I cried, but I cried like I couldn't breathe. I called my best friend to tell her. She ain't answer. I called my godmom. And she told me calm down because you know. But I told everybody. I told Facebook. I didn't care. I told my ex-boyfriends. I told niggas I never fucked. I told like people that know me from a business side. We gonna get into that. I just told everybody about my baby. Like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. I wanted to tell the boy I was staying with when I kind of figured that I really kind of couldn't be pregnant by him because he never ejaculated in me. But that's another thing. So I'm like, what? After talking to her, and after I done told everybody, I get to the hospital. I'm happy. I'm sitting in the waiting room with my pregnancy test, smiling on Facebook Live, happy, y'all, like really ecstatic. Nothing wrong with that, right? So I go back there. They take all this blood work from me. They take all this blood work from me, and then they just had me sitting back there like I'm starting to get antsy. So I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? What is going on? So I finally asked her, I'm like, hey, am I pregnant or what, And she was just like, yeah, but right now we just gotta check your levels. And at this time I didn't know what that meant. So I'm just like, okay, cool. We at the hospital, you gonna make sure my young boy alright. Like, listen, I'm sitting back there. So she like, Miss Washington, you can go to the waiting room and we're gonna call you back in a minute. So I'm like, okay, ecstatic, y'all, still hype, just hype. So a while go by, I'm still just sitting out there. The doctor called me back, sitting back there for a minute. They like, we gotta call you up for an ultrasound. So I'm like, okay, I'm happy. So she, the sonographer person, ultrasound examiner, whatever you call it, she started, getting me ready. It's gonna be cold, it's gonna be warm, whatever she was saying. I don't care. Please let me know what's going on. And at this point, I'm getting nervous because my one girlfriend had already told me if you bleeding, that's not a good sign if you're pregnant. That was one. My best friend told me it's not a good thing that they not talking to you and they already seen you. This when I was back there waiting for them to let me what's going on with the ultrasound or whatever. So after she took the ultrasound pictures or whatever, so I could kind of see, but she never turned the screen towards me. So I'm kind of like, I had my legs like, propped up, but I was still had my head poked out like this because I wanted to see. I could see a little bit, but it wasn't on a regular stomach ultrasound. She had to use a transvaginal, which is the big line, and stick that, excuse me, y'all, stick that in my vagina to see the baby. So when I seen what I saw, which I thought was just like a small circle, black circle, I said, is that the baby? And she said, I'm not a doctor. A doctor would have to, oh shit. A doctor would have to, he's playing too much, I'm sorry. A doctor would have to tell you that. Man, I get ready. So at this point, I'm very nervous. I'm very, very nervous. I go down here, back down to my room, because at this point I was in a room. I go back down to my room and the doctor comes in, and I will never forget this. I'm not crying, and I'm not, and I wasn't after the fact. I still do cry about the situation, but I'm not, I don't break down when talking about it because I just feel like it was a miracle. God was giving me answers to questions that I had been asking myself for so long, and it was nothing to cry about. But let me just end up telling you what happened. So she said, I already told you all my last name, but she was like, Miss Washington, um, you were pregnant, but I'm so sorry. I know that this is your first time, and I know you wanted to, excited, but unfortunately, the pregnancy is ectopic, and you're right too. I immediately broke down and started crying, and my heart was heavy, and it was no consoling me. And immediately I grabbed the phone and called my godmom, and I told her I had to have surgery to get it removed because that was the next step. And it was a lot for me to process at the time. But so I shared the fact that I was pregnant with everybody, and I also shared the fact that it was ectopic with everybody. Like shortly after that, literally like maybe 2 hours after that, I had to let everybody know I'm going into surgery to get my right tube removed. I was 6 weeks pregnant, and I had no clue. I was working very hard. I had the whole thing going on with my leg, going back and forth to the hospital, getting stitches out my leg. Um, I had been going out. I had been drinking. I had been stressing. My living situation changed. Um, and ultimately, I really just didn't know I was pregnant. I never would have thought that, throughout one of the hardest times of my life, that